everyone. Welcome. What's going on? Today is Monday. It is September 26th, 2022. My name is Jeremy, and this is my first cup. Good morning, Stacy. Good morning, Mark. And Liz and Jenny and all the rest of you, whether you're watching live later or listening, thank you for coming by. I hope you had a great weekend. If your weekend was half as great as my weekend, you had an amazing weekend. We're going to talk about yesterday and the official launch now. I can finally talk about it publicly of the latest thing that Whistlekick is rolling out that I am super excited about. It's most of what we're going to talk about. We've got another episode of Martial Arts Radio that drops today. And so we'll talk about that and we'll see where that takes us. Frank gave us something to talk about. September is National Preparedness Month. So we will also talk about some things related to that. And of course, whatever else you come up with. Well, here's the first question. Found another place for the camera that I like better visually. Can you hear me? That's been kind of the question with the mic on this camera, that it's never been great. So I feel like it's a little bit further away and I just want to know if you guys can hear me well. So just sound off on that if you wouldn't mind. Frank says, good morning. Couldn't wait to see all of my friends this morning. Well, I hope you had a fantastic birthday, my friend. All right. People are saying sound is okay. Awesome. Cool. Maybe I'm doing a better job projecting than I used to. It's Monday. I've got a number of meetings, including with some of you, and I'm looking forward to the day. Only got down to 54 last night, which means I still haven't turned the heat on yet. I might actually make it to October. We'll see. I got some things that I'm going to harvest possibly later today, in the next couple days. I think Wednesday night into Thursday will be our first frost. That's what it's looking like. 37 degrees is what they're calling. I'm usually a couple degrees colder. 34, 35 would definitely be temperature that I would expect to have a frost. What else can I tell you? Brought the plants in Saturday morning before I left for the weekend. And so my house is now full of plants again. Some of you have seen that either in shots or, I've shown you on First Cup, but there are so many more plants than there used to be. The place is covered. And I haven't even put them in their homes yet. Is there anything else to say about today? Nope. So before we talk about the weekend, let's talk about today's episode of Martial Arts Radio. I don't know why I said it that way. Radio. See if it's up on YouTube yet. We've been adding YouTube subscribers at a faster rate than we used to, which is kind of nice. And just a reminder, almost all the Thursday episodes and even some of the Monday episodes have video versions. So if you want to watch them, you should check out the YouTube channel. All right. So today's episode 748 with Sensei Jerry Vigiani. And is this the guy I think this is? I think so. Yep. All right. Good morning, Zed. And and Brian. And I don't think did I say good morning? Andy. And I didn't say good morning, Frank. Dennis. Jenny, I missed this. Jenny said, my weekend was amazeballs. Nice. Yay. Dennis says, I was tapping my inner Donna Summer on the radio. All right. So Jerry Vigiani had a great conversation with him. This guy's like, I don't want to describe him. Just solid. Like I felt like he was just a solid human being. Not just as in that was the only thing that I took away from the episode. But I really liked him. He's written books and he's very involved in a lot of things going on in his community on Long Island. It was a good chat. It was a good chat. We invited him to free training day. It didn't work out. He said he would love to come, but can't make it this year. Frank says, I found it quite humorous how I was on vacation last week during International Week of Happiness at Work. That is funny. Probably the easiest way to be happy at work for most of us is to not be there. That's okay. I hope you all have at least something in your job that you enjoy. I'm going to pour more coffee. And by the way, the reason I'm wearing the robe, and yes, I got a t-shirt on, I got sweatpants on, is because it's cold. I haven't had the heat on yet. It's cold. Let's pour more coffee. So this weekend, let's talk about this weekend. All right. Now, if you know me, I'm going to read Dad's first. And you keep chiming with these. I'll keep sharing them. What did you do this weekend, especially if it had to do with martial arts? Had a great sparring training last Friday, but injured my knee again. A setback, but not the end of martial arts training. That's how I see it now. Thanks to whistlekick. Well, I'm glad. I'm not glad you got hurt, but I'm glad for that. And if you need some thoughts on rehabbing that, don't be afraid to reach out. We can talk about it. I'm not a doctor, but I play one on the internet. I don't even play a doctor. I play more like a PT. I pretend to play a PT on the internet. That's probably the official, the closest thing to accurate. I'm looking for the deer. I don't see him. Okay. So if you know me, if you know whistlekick, you know we're constantly rolling out new offerings. How can we serve the martial arts community better? Well, several years ago, Craig and I were talking. Craig Wareham, who he proudly holds the record for most appearances on martial arts radio without having an official interview episode. He's been on for everything for talking about professional wrestling and martial arts. We did an episode. There was we did a how to fight with him. He's been on just a bunch. Well, Craig has this wonderful specialty helping develop the instructional abilities, the teaching skills of martial arts instructors. We talked about how do we help the wider martial arts community with that, because let's face it, not everyone who knows how to do knows how to teach. Just as whistlekick has a number of offerings for school owners who could use some better business skill, we agreed we wanted to do something to help teachers be better teachers. Well, we rolled out the first version of that this past weekend. We did an official trial run of this full day program yesterday, and we invited some friends to come take the class, and we'll be getting feedback from them, but I'm pretty confident that we did a very good job. Can we do a better job? Absolutely. Will we? Yes. And this is what I've been hinting at for the day after Free Training Day Northeast. November 13th, we will be offering this class for the first time. It's limited to 25 people. Registration is not live yet, but if you are interested, be ready to sign up. It's going to launch at $199, which is a bargain if you compare any full day in-person training, really on any subject. It's a good price. Price will go up. That's a very big crow. And if you are a teacher of anything, you will become a better teacher, because we're not teaching you what to teach. We're teaching you how to teach. And the rules on how to teach are the same, because people are the same. Not everybody wants to hear that, but it's true. Jenny says, I'm still on double secret vacation, driving home today after getting my feet in the sand. Jenny drove up from Philadelphia to help us with this, and I was so appreciative, so thankful to see her. And she says, and do it. Oh, and Stacy reminds me, and Craig also proudly owns the most dragon hoodies. So, the dragon hoodie that we released, he has 5 of them, if I recall. But he saw somebody else wearing another custom color set on the hoodie, and he says he's got to order one similar because he gave him an idea. And just a reminder for those of you who want dragon hoodies, you've got through the end of the year. That's not going to be available indefinitely. So why am I so pumped on this? I'm pumped on this for a few reasons. One, it combines my skills and Craig's skills, and I like working with him, and it's fun. That's number one. Number two, it's an opportunity for us to get in front of different people. The people who are going to attend this all-day course are not necessarily the same people who are going to come to me teaching a seminar. They're not necessarily the same people who are going to listen to martial arts radio or watch this show. So it's another angle for us to reach martial artists, which I'm all about. Number two, unlike most of the things that we do, it's not free, which means Whistlekick makes some money, which means we get closer to profitability. That's a good thing. That's something we're looking for, right? Sustainable businesses actually make some money. And number three, this is not the only course that we will be offering. This is the first course. This is the level 1. Level 1 suggests there will be level 2, and there will. And we've already got notes on that. But we've got to get this out. We've got to get it dialed. We've got to get it expanded. We probably will need to hire other people to help teach it. And then we can go on to the next one. No. Dennis is being very kind, and I really appreciate him. He says, hard to believe it was a trial run because you guys absolutely killed it. Proud of you and Craig, as always. Well, thank you, my friend. I appreciate you sharing your time and giving us your feedback. What else do I want to say about it? I was exhausted in the best possible way. And I had a realization after. Free Training Day Northeast is going to be a tiring weekend. We've got all activities Friday night. We've got Free Training Day Saturday. We've got the dinner and the thing that we're doing at dinner that we haven't announced yet on Saturday night. And then this Sunday. It'll go from 9 to 4 is the current plan. We might shift that by a half hour or something, but we'll see. And then I had this thought this morning. Maybe we should do a first cup Saturday morning to get everybody hyped up. I don't know. We'll see. All right. That's that. So yeah, just pay attention. We will shoot something out, likely in a newsletter when registration opens, and we're definitely going to announce it in the Facebook event for Free Training Day Northeast. If you are not following that event, you should be. You can get a direct link to it at whistlekick.com. I don't know why I'm pouring my coffee. I've got like 2 sips out of the mug right now. I don't know. Autopilot. Jenny says, it's going to be the most memorable of exhausting weekends. Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Okay. Now, let me switch over. Frank gave us some stuff to talk about. Happy, again, birthday to Frank. Thank you for all that you do. And thank you. Shout out to Josh for our theme music. This question that we've got here is probably not going to go the way my answer is probably not going to go the way Frank expected, and that's okay. Because I think it's actually going to be more relevant to most of you than you might think. So September's National Preparedness Month, and the first 2 questions. What do you keep in the Toyota, my RAV4, to be prepared? What do you keep in the Jeep to be prepared? Well, here's the thing. When I couple the fact that I have 2 cars, I can only drive one of them, with the fact that not so much this time of year, but sometimes both of them are out on rentals, I need the ability to quickly move in and out the things that I need. that created a problem that I needed to solve. Now, here's why I think this answer and the discussion we're going to have becomes a little more relevant. Because if it's easy to move the things in and out, you're more likely to do so. I needed to be able to quickly move things between cars or to take things out to clean them. And that's what I've ended up with. So in the back of my car, I have a big tote with handles that has all of the car preparedness items that I might need, like if the car broke down. It's got some washer fluid, it's got ratchet straps, it's got trash bags, it's got a tire pressure gauge. All those things are there. They're all there. A hatchet, a shovel, and it fits in this tote that's, 2 feet, 2.5 feet. And I just, boom, boom, and I can put it in the car, take it out of the car very quickly, which means I always have those things. They have a home, they go back there. They're not rattling around under the seat. I don't need to wonder where they are. So if I need to get to something, I can get to it pretty quickly. I also have something very similar that sits on the front seat. And those are more the, let's call it the creature comfort items. Gum, a toothbrush, sunglasses. So that when it comes time, oh, somebody's going to rent this car, I could just go boom, and it's got a single handle in the middle, and that can move from car to car or into the garage as need be. Now, here's why I think this is more of a relevant discussion for most of us than what specific items are in there, because we all need different things. We all need and want different things. The reason most of us aren't going to put a ton of stuff in the car is because where's it going to go? It's difficult to arrange, it's difficult to organize and have available to you. Most of us pile a bunch of stuff in our center consoles or our cup holders or maybe the door pockets. And then when it comes time to find anything, it's difficult to find, or it's fallen out, or, oh, I brought it in the house because I needed one there. I don't do that. The stuff that is for the car is for the car. If it's not if it is not currently in the car, it is with all of those things, wherever that thing is. So that way I never have to wonder, I never have to worry about where those things are. Now, if we were to go through those items one by one, you wouldn't find anything that's terribly surprising. It's things that I need because I might be on the road for 2 or 3 days. Fingernail clippers, or a toothbrush, or what else is in there? There's a backpack with a bunch of very, very random things in the back in case, heaven forbid, I get really stranded, change of clothes and stuff like that. I could go just about anywhere with what's in there, and it might be inconvenient. I might be a little uncomfortable. I might want to, change my clothes, but I could function. I could do just about everything I needed to. Now, Saturday before I left the house, I threw a change of clothes and my laptop in the car, and that was really all I needed to bring, other than the stuff for our class. That was it. I got there, I realized, I didn't bring my toiletries, but I had a toothbrush already in the car. So grab my toothbrush, I could still brush my teeth. I think for anybody, that preparedness sort of stuff is very personal. And the way that I've built most of what I carry with me is based on, I wish I had this, and I'll make myself a note, and I'll get a second one or a third one or whatever, and put it in the car. The item that I keep in the car that I use most often unexpectedly? Trash bags. I have a box, I think it's a whole box, of contractor grade trash bags, like the really, really heavy duty ones. There have been several times I've needed to bring something dirty or gross with me, from one place to another in the car, and I didn't just want it rolling around. I went and I had to move some plants from point A to point B. Didn't really think about it and didn't have a way to move them. So the plants went in a big trash bag. Worked out. Okay. To me, preparedness is just awareness. And awareness is something that most of us as martial artists have and cultivate. If you're aware of what would make the situation better or safer or more enjoyable, and you think about, okay, is this the thing I want to have on me? How am I going to carry it? Where am I going to carry it? When am I going to carry it? And you just kind of follow that to the logical conclusion. And Jared says preparedness has to match your skill level as well. It sure does. If I don't know how to use, here's a common one, a magnesium fire starter, little scrapey ones. If I don't know how to use that, carrying that is probably not going to serve me when it needs to. I'll just carry a lighter or matches. What if you don't know how to use matches? Carry a lighter. Right. Being dialed in to the situations and your skills, pretty important. It's the same reason I wouldn't encourage someone to carry a firearm if they don't know how to use it, or to think that the knife that they carry is really going to be a great self-defense tool if they've never done any self-defense stuff with a knife. All right. So there we go. And then the third question was, what, if anything, do you carry on the motorcycle? Small toolkit, and that's it. Everything else would go into a backpack or tank bag or something. I didn't even ride my motorcycle this summer, which is kind of a bummer, but at the same time, I had the Jeep. I got to carry way more stuff, and I didn't have to wear a helmet, and it was safer. So, yeah. All right. I hope you go check out that episode of Martial Arts Radio with Jerry Figiani. What did I say? Episode 748. Coming up on 750. Wow. I hope you have a great day. I see some more comments coming in. I will read them. Remember, we do the show every weekday morning, 6:30 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And if you want to support us, we've got a Patreon, patreon.com/whistlekick. You can buy stuff using the code FirstCup15 at whistlekick.com. No, you will not be able to use that code on the teacher training. And pretty much just events. That's like the main thing that we don't offer that discount on. And if you want the full list, it's whistlekick.com/. Okay. Alrighty. What else did I see here? I saw Gad post something. Gad says something with a blade, knife, scissors, etc., is always recommendable. Not as a weapon per se, but more for cutting through things like a seatbelt or grass or whatever. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times a day my knife comes out to cut a box or just open a stubborn envelope or whatever. That knife is handy. I use it all the time. You too, Zed said, have a great day, everyone. Gad says grass. I meant more in general food-wise. Yeah, I figured that's what you meant. It's all good, man. Take care, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Be well. Peace.